Yeah, he held up the ball well for us tonight. I think he had connected, our midfield and our attack. If we aren't getting him in positions to score, then I'm a little more worried. But he got a really good look tonight, maybe two, and that's fine. So I think, his ability to hold up a ball for us and find the right pass to manage the tempo of a game or an attack is really important. So we rely on his intelligence in those moments.
안녕하세요. 풋볼 포레스트입니다. 손흥민 선수의 LAFC가 메이저리그 사커 정규 시즌을 마친 뒤 메이저리그 사커컵 플레이오프에 돌입해서 우승을 위한 도전을 시작을 했고, LAFC는 자신들에게 2연승을 거뒀던 오스틴FC를 상대로 굉장히 힘든 경기를 하면서 위기에 몰렸었는데, 이번 경기에서 대한민국의 캡틴 손흥민 선수는 그야말로 미쳐버린 활약을 통해 어시스트까지 기록을 하면서 팀의 승리를 이끌어냈고, LAFC 스티브 체른둘로 감독은 손흥민 선수의 이번 경기 활약에 대해 언급하면서 손흥민 선수에게 극찬의 메시지를 보냈습니다. 바로 오늘 오전에 있었던 2025 메이저리그 사커컵 플레이오프에서 LAFC는 오스틴FC와 서부 컨퍼런스 8강전 경기를 치렀었는데요. 그리고 이번 경기는 LAFC가 오스틴FC를 상대로 슈팅 숫자가 14대6, 유슈팅 숫자 면에서는 5대2라는 수치가 나올 정도로 압도적인 경기 양상이 있었지만, 마무리 부분에 있어서 LAFC가 너무나도 안 좋은 모습을 보였었기 때문에 후반전 막판까지 1대1의 스코어가 유지가 됐던 LAFC에게는 정말 아쉬운 경기였는데, 결국 LAFC는 78분 손흥민 선수가 어떻게든 중앙으로 파고들어서 찔러준 킬패스를 드니 부앙가 선수가 마무리를 지었고, LAFC는 손흥민 선수의 미친 활약과 함께 이번 플레이오프 1차전에서 정말 극적인 승리를 거머쥘 수가 있었습니다. 손흥민 선수는 이번 경기에서 찬스 메이킹을 무려 7회나 기록하는 등 그야말로 팀 공격 자체를 하드캐리하는 미친 스탯을 쌓았고, 평점 8점대의 평가를 받으면서 득점을 터뜨리지 못했음에도 이번 경기 맨 오브 더 매치로 선정되는 정말 최고의 활약을 펼쳤는데, 손흥민 선수는 이번 경기가 시작되기 전에 있었던 인터뷰에서 자신의 득점보다는 팀의 승리가 더 중요하다는 근본 넘치는 인터뷰를 남겼고, 역시나 많은 LAFC의 현지 팬들은 손흥민 선수의 근본의 인터뷰에 대해 찬사를 보내고 있습니다. LAFC 스티브 체른둘로 감독은 손흥민 선수의 이번 경기 활약에 대해 언급하면서 손흥민 선수에게 극찬의 메시지를 보냈습니다.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win. When Boanga and Son were scoring all the goals you talked about, is somebody else going to be able to score the goals? Other goals came from elsewhere, but it was still those two creating the winning goal. What did you see from them to be able to make their impact without being on the score sheet tonight?
Yeah, but yes and no. I mean, I see other players also creating moments. So it's always going to be a collective effort. It's somewhat natural and logical that the two forwards that are furthest up the field are going to be the ones to finish a play. Not to simplify it too much, but yeah, it's really important. It's really important that we as a collective are dangerous, and I thought we did a good job tonight with some deeper runs from our midfielders, Marky, Timmy. That I was pleased with. That is what we need to break down deeper blocks. When Nate came on, the same. Getting our wingbacks involved with Ryan, set up the first goal. So that is how you break down their deep block, which they're good at. So I was pleased with improvements in that area, and there are other areas of improvement where I wasn't as pleased with.
Coach, in a game like this, when Sonny doesn't score but your team still wins the game, what are some things that he does, without scoring that still helps the team?
Yeah, he held up the ball well for us tonight. I think he had connected, our midfield and our attack. If we aren't getting him in positions to score, then I'm a little more worried. But he got a really good look tonight, maybe two, and that's fine. So I think, his ability to hold up a ball for us and find the right pass to manage the tempo of a game or an attack is really important. So we rely on his intelligence in those moments.
Hi, Coach. Derek with the Korea Daily. So you just mentioned the Sonny's role in this game, but unlike the last time, both Sonny and Blanca were in the lineup. So what differences did you notice?
Yeah, we're just more dangerous. I think without finishing plays tonight, the two of them were still dangerous and created a lot of dangerous moments. They attract attention, which allows us to get maybe Timmy more in the attack. Both wingbacks found spots in the box. Ryan set up the first goal, so Marky had a couple moments in the box. It allows us to get other players in the box too, and that's what you need to break down a deep block and to really step up the pressure on the opponent.
Hey, Coach. Nico mentioned that he's going to try to make this game physical. Did you notice them being more physical than in previous meetings with them? I mean, there were some sort of rough fouls, but did you sense a more physical sort of play from them than what you were used to?
Yeah. You look up from the kickoff where Ilya just stepped into Sonny twice, which is ridiculous if you ask me. There's no need for that. But our response was excellent. I think we won't back down for sure. That's not in the DNA of this group. So as long as it's fair, I'm totally fine with it. It's playoffs. Why not?
Hey, Steve. Yeah, some of those areas that maybe you weren't as pleased with. One thing that it seemed is you guys had opportunities, and you got to finish the opportunities so that they aren't coming back at you at 1-1. And I'm just wondering your thoughts on not finishing some of those, and were there difficulties in there, or is that credit to their defending?
A little bit of both. I think it's always tight. If we were as effective with our chances as Austin is, I think we'd never lose a game. We played them 3 times this year. They've had maybe 4 shots on goal and 3 goals, which is pretty insane. A couple of those are more errors from us. So overall, I'm happy that we don't concede too many chances. I was not happy with a little bit of some too deep defending at times, and it looks a little dangerous, or it looks from them they're applying pressure, dumping balls in the box. There could be balls that you don't clear, second balls, hand balls, all of those things happen. That's a little unnecessary to me. That comes when you don't get enough pressure on the ball, and when you're just dropping, and that's what Sunday will look like. So that's an area we need to improve on. And when you are sitting a little deeper, then it's also logical that you'll have some moments in transition. And we weren't good in those moments tonight. We weren't good enough. Our decision making to stay in possession, so slow it down, add numbers, move methodically forward, or to play a little cleaner and finish our attacks. We were kind of misfiring in both of those areas, and those are I think the biggest improvements we'll need if we want to win on Sunday.
하면서 LAFC의 스티브 체른들러 감독이 이번 경기에서 손흥민 선수와 드니 부안가 선수가 득점을 터뜨리지 못했지만 팀의 공격의 활로를 여는 데 있어 굉장히 중요한 역할들을 해줬다면서 손흥민, 드니 부안가 선수의 활약을 극찬했습니다. 정말 이번 경기에서 손흥민 선수는 메이저리그 사커 정규 시즌 때도 미친듯이 잘했지만 나름대로 메이저리그 사커 내에서 강팀들만 모이는 무대인 플레이오프에서도 아예 차원이 다른 레벨의 선수라는 것을 증명하는 미친 경기력을 보였는데요. 손흥민 선수는 정말 미국 무대에서는 사기캐라고 해도 될 정도로 독보적인 기량을 지닌 선수가 아닐까 싶은데 과연 손흥민 선수가 이러한 미친 활약을 통해 메이저리그 사커 플레이오프 우승컵을 들어올릴 수 있을지 앞으로 있을 경기도 기대를 해보겠습니다. 아무튼 이번 영상은 여기까지고요. 저는 다음 영상으로 바로 찾아뵙겠습니다.